Hey everybody, so today's episode of Lick the Spoon, we are preparing some camp food. I am getting ready to take my family on a camping trip adventure, and I want to make sure we are well fed while we're having a good time. We are doing rice, sausage, and egg skillet mix, and I am preparing this for our Friday morning and Saturday morning breakfast. We're staying Thursday and Friday night, so I need 2 breakfast prep meals, and we're just gonna do the same breakfast, just double the recipe, so that way it's a little bit easier for this mama to get everything put together. First, I'm going to use my Instant Pot, and I'm gonna put about 3.5 cups of rice in the Instant Pot with 4 cups of water. And while that is going, I'm gonna start in on sauteing up my beautiful sausage. All right, I got my rice here. I'm gonna pour that right in like that. I've got 4 cups of water. We're gonna pour that in like so. Oops. Give it a little bit of a stir. And then we're just gonna put the lid on. We're gonna make sure that valve is on sealing. And then we're gonna go down here, click the rice button, and wait for it to start. So while the rice is on, I've got my skillet heated up, putting a little bit of oil in there. You can hear that little bit of sizzle going on. No, honey, this is for the camp food. All right, so I've got my rice on. I've got my sausage sauteing. I'm just gonna let that cook up a little bit. I'm gonna chop it up while I'm cooking it. I'm gonna let my rice cook, and we'll start putting it together and get it ready for camp. All right, so while our sausage is cooking up and our rice is in the steamer, I'm gonna take my eldest kiddo here, Mr. Bash, and we're gonna go pick some green onions. Yep, that's him. We're gonna go pick some green onions out of the garden to put into our egg, rice, and sausage breakfast.
Alright, so let's go get some onions. Get some green onions. Garden video. Onions.
You gonna pick 2? That's probably about all we need, maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah. We're just gonna pick 2 of these.
While we are waiting for the sausage and rice, we are gonna go ahead and chop up some beautiful green onions that my son grabbed from the garden. Our rice just beeped. Vent that sucker. While the rice is venting, you can hear it hissing. I'm gonna take my sausage that I sauteed and chopped up, and I'm going to drain the grease off of it. And then after that, we're gonna combine the rice and the sausage, and we're gonna mashed it all together, and we're gonna put it in a bowl to cool off. Here's our rice straight from the Instant Pot. It's almost ready to add to the sausage as soon as I get it into our camping ready container. Unfortunately, I don't have any big plastic bowls with lids, so I'm gonna work with what I got. I'm going to stick it in this bowl and let it cool off and mix it all up in here, and I might go grab a plastic bowl with a lid on it later. We'll see. This is our drained sausage. Drained all the extra grease off of it. And now I'm gonna take our rice and put it in there together. You know what? I'm gonna get a pan that will spread this out just for the sake of time. Super busy today. I'm gonna let it cool off on a big like cookie sheet, so that way I can quickly add the green onions and be done with it. So right now my goal is just to get this cooled off. You don't want to put your green onions in here while it's piping hot like this, because it'll make your green onions wilt. So I'm just breaking apart and letting it cool off. Okay, so while our rice sausage mixture is cooling, I've already got my green onions chopped up. We are going to take 3 tablespoons of sesame seed oil. And I got these cute little plastic cups from the Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna put 3 tablespoons of oil in here. This will be for Friday's breakfast. And I'm gonna put 3 tablespoons of sesame oil in a different container because that will be Saturday's breakfast. This whole huge thing isn't just for Friday morning. There's only 4 of us. So we're gonna split this up for 2 breakfast servings, and that should work perfectly. So I put Friday Be Fast on here so that I'll know this is Fridays. And I'm gonna do another container that'll say Saturday breakfast. So just for convenience sake, I'll remember, because Lord knows I probably won't remember what that's for. Also for the breakfast, I have a small container of soy sauce. That's to taste. So I just packed enough so that each of us could drizzle some on our plates. Okay, so what I have here is my finished product. All this is rice and cooked sausage put into a bowl. That's all this is. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the green onion that we got from the garden earlier, and I'm just gonna sprinkle this on top. I have 2 bowls because, like I said earlier, this will be Friday morning's breakfast and this will be Saturday morning's breakfast. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna put a lid on this and stick it in the refrigerator and wait until it's camp time. I'm gonna pack it into a cooler and we're gonna go to camp. Now what I'm gonna do at camp is I'm gonna get my cast iron skillet. I'm gonna put 4 eggs in there. I'm gonna break them apart, and then after the eggs are cooked, I'm gonna put in my bowl, put it in the skillet and fry that up real nice. And then I'm gonna put my my sesame oil in there, mix it, stir it up really good, put it all together, and then we're done. And all I have to do is set that on a plate, drizzle it with some soy sauce, and we're good to go. So that is how we're gonna do breakfast for the 2 mornings that we're gonna be there. All right, so we are on round 2. Round 1 was making the stir fry rice for our breakfast on Friday and Saturday morning. Round 2 is instant noodle jars, and we're gonna have these for lunch on Saturday, I believe. I think Friday for lunch we're just having sandwiches, super easy. Saturday for lunch, these instant noodle jars. So I've already added a teaspoon of my flavor base. And for the flavor base, I chose chicken better than bouillon. And it's just more of a concentrated paste rather than the cubes that you're normally used to. Instead of that, you could use curry paste or tahini, but I chose the chicken because my husband is a big fan of the chicken base and so am I. So that's what we start out with. I have 4 jars here, 4 members of the family. I've got that in. Next, we're gonna add some seasoning. And you can choose Worcestershire, teriyaki, soy, whatever you choose will be fine. Today I'm choosing a mixture of soy and teriyaki. And I'm gonna add, it says about a tablespoon, so I'm gonna do both teriyaki and soy sauce in the tablespoon. I'm gonna split it. I just dumped them in there and eyeballed it. And I'm gonna do that for each jar. All right, next we are going to add our fillers. So what that means is you can add frozen vegetables, some kind of cooked meat that you might have on hand. I had shredded chicken in my freezer. I cooked this up quite a while ago. It's just been sitting in my refrigerator, in my freezer specifically. And I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to use it. So I'm gonna take, this is about 2 cups, I believe, of shredded chicken, and I'm just gonna divide it up in these jars. Okay, we got our chicken filler in there. I had some frozen broccoli in the freezer that's been sitting in there for a while. So we're also gonna use this in our jars. Okay, so we've got the chicken and the broccoli filler in there. Next, we are going to top all 4 jars with cooked noodles, and I already have this in place and ready to go. I just boiled the noodles, salt and pepper, and some butter on the noodles to keep them from sticking too bad. It's okay to squish it down a little bit. It's not gonna hurt anything, make more room. You've got a couple other things to add in your jar. This is what it looks like so far. You've got your flavor base down here, and you've got your fillers, your broccoli and your noodles. And on top of that, we're gonna put a lime slice and some salt and pepper, maybe some garlic powder, whatever I feel like. Lime, forgot to mention the onions. These onions came from the garden out back. So the seasonings that I picked out were salt and pepper. I think I'm gonna try this chili lime seasoning blend. I'm pretty sure this is Trader Joe's. This is a Trader Joe's chili lime seasoning blend. My mother-in-law bought this and handed it on down to me. She's not much for a bunch of spice, but I kind of love it. So I wouldn't say this is overly spicy, just it gives a lot of really good flavor into your noodles. So I'm gonna add just a little bit of this. I've also got some garlic salt and pepper. So for these jars, garlic salt, pepper, and chili lime. And I'm a little bit like Jess. I'm eyeballing this. It's not an exact science. It's kind of forgiving. I would say that's probably 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Maybe even a little less. Just put it in your jar. See what you think. You're not You don't want to put too much because it'd be way too spicy, and just season it kind of like you would your own plate of food. Here's a little bit of garlic salt I'm putting on the top of each one. Again, probably 1/4 a teaspoon, not much. And then a dash of the chili lime. All right, I've got the one finished jar here. I still have yet to put the lime and the onions in the other ones and the seasoning and show you this beautiful thing. That's it, super simple. All I have left to do at camp is put some hot water in this. We'll just throw a pot of water on the fire, bring it to a boil, pour some in here, put the lid on, let it sit for about 5 minutes, and you're gonna have yourself some delicious campside ramen. So that concludes this video today on Lick the Spoon. It's a little bit unique, but I thought I want to share. Jess and I decided it'd be fun to share because I know that a lot of us are going on camping trips with the family and doing lots of fun summer stuff. So these are some ideas that you can take with you and use for your family. Hope you enjoy. Please click the subscribe button and leave a comment. Thank you. Bye.